What up, gang? Another Friday, another live stream. Look at this beautiful orange beast. I'm gonna set up some invites. We got some fancy stuff going on today, so you're not gonna want to miss this one. I'm gonna get with Jeremy real quick when we send these invites, and then we'll get with Jeremy. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little dyno action. Little dyno action. Let's see what that power is looking like. Oh. 898. Want to go out? All right. So right now it says 898 on the dash. Fun stuff. Remember that number, 898 currently on the dash. We wildin'. Ooh, buddy. Look at this thing, man. This orange, the cinnamon stick. With the carbon. Ooh, baby. Gotta love it. All right, let's get the phone over to Jay. See what he has to say about that. Jeremy?
All right. What's going on, everybody? So, this is the big live. I know we're waiting for some people to jump on, so we'll delay it a little bit. So if you just missed, I just did a poll. We're sitting at about 35% ethanol right now. Man, the humidity's getting the beard. So, we just did a poll, 35% ethanol. Go back over to the dash. So as you can see, 898 crank horsepower naturally. All right. We'll come over. What'd you see going on? Two lows throwing in some E98. So we're going to increase the concentration. So we are not going to cut away. No tune flash. Car's still running. Got the chiller on, so to help keep things nice and cool. So I'll flip it over. There she is. 759, 698. We're sitting at 90 degrees in the shop temp. So, for those that weren't aware, just checking in, haven't heard, what we got going on, we are revealing our Demon170 Flex Fuel integration. All right, so I'm going to sit in the car where it's nice and cool. Well, not really, because the chiller is going to be running, so it's going to cut that off. But, so, we have worked hard on this. We all knew it was going to happen. We integrated the Demon170 factory Flex Fuel into a non-Demon170. So what I'm sitting in is a beautiful, beautiful 2020 Hellcat Super Stock. Actually, I feel like it deserves to be shown a little bit. This is one of the cleanest setups we've seen. Good old Cinestick. Wheel combination. Beautiful. Carbon fiber accents. So this is again, stock 2020 Super Stock. And what we did on it is our level 1.5 package, integrating the Demon170 Flex Fuel. So I will dive into it after we do the dyno sessions about the difference of my true Flex Fuel, right, the one I've had out for about 5 years, and the Demon170 Flex Fuel, right? Well, what's the difference? We've had it, so why are we pushing for this? So it'll be a great conversation piece to kind of go over the details. So I'll cover that. Any other questions you guys might have, start throwing them out there. We'll make sure in our Q&A and our could you, should you, we'll answer those. But right now, it is available on 2018 plus Hellcats. So Charger, Challenger, Red Eyes, Super Stocks, even your Demon, right? Your 2018 Demons, we can get it done. So it will work. Man, Alex, you in the burnouts, bro. I just did a burnout on the dyno. How about that? So it took us a while, right? So for those that don't understand what the Demon170 Flex Fuel is, we will go over that. Demon170, why it's such a big deal. From the factory, it utilizes an ethanol content sensor that feeds into the factory PCM. Sound familiar, right? That's like ours. So it feeds into the factory PCM. From there, everything is manipulated to adjust the tune to give you the result of what you need for fueling, timing, and everything like that. Okay? So that's basically what the Flex Fuel is you're utilizing the factory computer. Now, why is that different from the other Flex Fuels you hear? So up until this point, most tuners besides us were doing inferred logic flex fuel. So what the inferred logic does is it uses the O2 sensor readings to guess what the ethanol content is. So by using an ethanol content sensor, it removes the guesswork, right? So there's no more guessing what the ethanol is. It will know what the ethanol is with the Demon170 Flex Fuel, just like our true Flex Fuel. Okay, so a similarity. So that's the big perk, is we're not guessing anymore. We got a sensor that's telling it what to do. Okay, and the other big piece is it's a factory piece, meaning the PCM has everything provisioned correctly to do so. So now what we just did, again, a recap, everybody that just joined in, because I see our count went up. We did a dyno pull at the beginning of the video with 30-35% ethanol in the tank. We made, again, I'll go back to the dyno sheet, 759 and 698. So Tulo threw in 5 gallons of our 98 out front race fuel E98 to increase the concentration. So and we didn't cut the car off. The car has stayed running the whole time. So the laptop's hooked up, but I didn't flash the tune. We are just letting it do its thing. All right. So now I'm just letting the fuel mix. So you guys can also see how long it takes. So he finished a couple minutes ago, and now we're waiting for it to mix in. So we're gonna jump in now. Again, I got the chiller running to help us do this back to back. And then we're gonna view the screen again. So as you see, 898 is the power it displays on the dash as of now. We're still at the 34%, 35% ethanol. All right. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of speed it up, I'm going to start going through the gears a little bit, changing the RPM. It'll help speed up the integration of the ethanol. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to hand the phone back to Tulo here. Yeah, the dash is beautiful. This car is just beautiful. So I'm going to hand it back. Tulo will then keep you looking on the dash here. So let's see.
This thing's so pretty, man. I can't get over it. Yeah, Wade, you need this dash.
Buckle up for safety, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so as a recap again, what you're watching, the dash number will change as the ethanol content increases. So I have my laptop out so I can just reference the exact ethanol the sensor's seeing in live feed. So I'm just gonna hold it around 2000 RPM. It'll speed up the blend of the fuel.
And this is our
Demon170 Flex Fuel integration.
Gotcha. So this is not our normal True Flex.
This is not our True Flex. This is Demon170. So this functions just like the Demon170 from the factory. Who doesn't like a little blower wine in the morning? I guess afternoon, right?
Yeah.
All right,
oh, it sounds so good on the camera. I'm listening back to it.
Yeah. So yes, again, recapping Demon170 Flex Fuel integration. This is a 2020 Hellcats Super Stock. What we are waiting on now is for the ethanol to mix and blend in the fuel.
And what years can you put these on?
So right now we will reveal pricing today for 2018 and newer Hellcats. So that's Charger, Challenger, Red Ice, Super Stocks, even Demons. We are working with betas and finding more betas to allow us to integrate it into 15 and 17 Hellcats. Already attempted to do it on my TRX, and I think I know how to do it. It's just going to require a lot more work. That's why we won't have pricing for it yet. So we are also working on non-Hellcat powered vehicles. So it's going to be a little bit of a stretch. I did used to offer my True Flex Fuel on
whoa, wait a minute.
392s.
What's happening? That used to be 898.
Yeah, so we're bumping up now.
Whoa.
It's finally making it to the rails. So yeah, we will work. We're not gonna stop until we have verified what we can and can't do. So now we're getting that blend of the ethanol here. So you can see it slowly going up. So we spent a lot of time, like I said, we didn't reveal this right away because we wanted to really make sure. We don't like to rush anything. Don has been great letting us work on his vehicle and make this happen. He's been super patient.
Thank you, Don. We love you. We appreciate it.
Look at that number just go up, up, and up. So we're sitting at 55% ethanol now.
Oh, that blower sounds so good for the feedback, man. That's so
65.
Cool. Hey,
71.
Don. Man himself is in the stream.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm sitting at 71%. That's good enough. So we'll see a decent change. Let's see what our coolant temps are at. Yeah, we're at 68 on the cooler temp with the chiller. All right, so let's go ahead and do our pull here. All right. So naturally, as you see, 975. So here, give me a second. Let me go get the dyno set up so I can edit the graph.
I get to entertain you guys while he's gone. What's up, y'all? Don't forget hats, stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, merch online, whole bunch of parts, catch cans. I know some of you out there don't got a Bill Evolution catch can. That is disappointing.
Come on over, bring that camera too low.
All right, let's go take a peek. And then real quick, we have a question about it. I'm getting asked the 975 that we are seeing, that power level. What does that number mean?
All right, we'll go over that and break it down. All right, so the number on the dash is going to be, you know, depending on how you want to input it. It can be wheel horsepower, it can be crank horsepower. So in theory, we're doing crank horsepower just to give an example, right? So back over, there we go. So no tuning changes. Literally just let the car do its thing. Flex Fuel at work, okay? So again, it's super hot here. Car a little heat soaked. Chiller helps a lot, but there's more in her if she's nice and cool. But there you go, guys. It worked. As you saw, nothing changed inside. Everything was perfect in regards to, you know, fueling, timing. It changed exactly as we wanted. So, you know, 50 horsepower increase. What more can you ask for, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to get set up in the office so you can hear us a little bit better. So Tulo, I'm going to hand it over. I'll get the chair set up. Everybody can look at Tulo for the time being, and we'll get those questions together.
What's up, guys? Facebook's mad at me. This color's gorgeous. We've been over it. I don't know what Jeremy's doing. He's getting the chair set up. I don't know. I kind of want to start putting streams on my phone. Little quick update. This car, y'all saw it before. This is the one I was doing the inner chiller on. It is done. It has been on the dyno. You guys don't get to know the numbers because I don't want to tell you. Not true. Customer doesn't want numbers shown. Understandable. Beautiful, beautiful car. Finally glad it's all set up and done skied. And the cool thing is you can check out your intercooler flow right there. Look at that. Clear hose. Ain't it fancy? Tulo putting in work, doing what I do best. I got to put Arturo to shame over there. There's a little ice box on Jeff. Can't wait for that car to be done, Jeff. You're going to have a monster, man. Detailing, ceramic coat, interior, exterior wash, the whole 9 yards. We do it all, baby. We do it all. Let me get this set up. I'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Yeah, smooth transitions. All right. Again, thanks for checking in. If you're checking in late, you can replay this video after we're done. What you'll see is we started off the vlog with a dyno pull on 30% ethanol. Let the car run, chatted a little bit about the product, got back in it when the ethanol blended. We added 5 gallons of 98 to it, and then did another pull with E90, E85. It was actually E70, for example. So you can see the transition. You can see the power gains. Car never turned off, kept running. And this was the Demon170 integration reveal of it working. So on a 2020 super stock. So details, what we do. So I'll give you what we can. Obviously got to keep a couple of those secrets there. But you would at purchase for 2018 plus Hellcat, Red Eye, super stock, even a 2018 Demon, this will work. Okay. The cost, the big number everybody's waiting for. We're going to try to drop it, but right now supplies are limited, so we are at the mercy of what the parts are. We use a brand new PCM, Demon170 PCM. We use a brand new Demon170 ethanol content sensor. We make the fittings to wire it in because the, what do you call it? The fuel rails are different on a Demon170, so we couldn't integrate those fully without changing a bunch of other stuff. So we're trying to keep the cost where it is. What's up?
No,
Just kidding. But that's a sensor, just an ethanol content sensor. So we supply the fittings, the plumbing, and the wiring harness for installation. You will have to, like the GMs, run a wire to the PCM harness. So a little bit of self-install, a little bit of knowledge, not hard. It's how GMs have done it forever when integrating flex fuel on their PCMs. We will provide instructions. So if you caught on, this is something that will be mail order achievable. We also, in the beginning stages, are going to limit other dealers and vendors that we will assist with this. And the main reason for it is we're not being greedy, we're just small. So we don't want to create extensive delays, we don't want to overload us and hurt the experience. So early stages, we're going to limit who we will allow this to be offered through. But you get all of that hardware. It includes any tuning for a flex fuel, so it's $3,000 plus the cost of any tuning to whatever your mod list might be. That goes in the other thing. This is implementable on any type of modified vehicle. Okay, so it doesn't have to be stock. For our beta testers, we're looking for stock because the less variables as we integrate, the easier it is for us to learn, and then we will continue to expand who it goes to. But for now, any 2018 or plus Hellcat will be able to use this system. Okay, now what I'm going to break down is quick recap of what it is, and then the difference between our true flex fuel, because that's been one of the biggest questions since those that have known us for a while. We've had this type of flex fuel for going on 5 years now. Okay, so when the Demon170 was revealed, it had an ethanol content sensor that integrated into the PCM, allowing that sensor to make changes to the tune. Okay, before that, besides us, everybody else was doing inferred logic tuning, meaning they were using O2 sensor readings to guess what the ethanol content is. Now we physically have a sensor that tells us, okay? So much safer, all right? So that's what we're doing, is we have now integrated this and made it capable on 2018 and newers. Also on the 2018s, as you saw, the horsepower on the dash changes. That's a 2018 feature as well. So the 2015 and 17s, if we get it to work there, the only way you're going to get that type of integration is if you change your Uconnect in your body control module. Is it doable? Yes, but the cost will go up. So we're just going to focus on the fact that it turns it into a flex fuel vehicle. So on the 18 and plus, you have a visual display of the change. You can, you'll get an idea of what your ethanol is based on the horsepower reading on the dash. Okay, so that's pretty much what it is. $3,000 plus normal tuning costs or any additional parts you need to turn your vehicle flex fuel. So do understand you cannot just put this on and run E85 on a stock injector car.
No.
So do keep in mind you need to upgrade your fuel system to handle E85 for whatever type of combination you have. Okay. We are trying to see how many more models we can integrate this into. We will not stop until we verify yes or no. Okay. So I will state my TRX did have a Demon170 calibration running in it, but there are going to be more work that goes into it because of the basically we're probably going to have to make a whole wiring harness on it. So it's going to be more, and that's what we're trying to verify is the cost to do it on other applications. So pretty sure we're going to be able to do it, but it's going to be more extensive than a bolt-on setup like that of a Hellcat. Okay, so the differences. Let's dive into it now. What is the true flex fuel offered by Satera Tuning that's been around for 5 years now? Our true flex fuel uses an ethanol content sensor that we feed back into the PCM, in which the tune changes. Now we do it in a different manner because we had to. We worked with what we had. HP Tuner, shout out to them, making it possible. But the systems work very similar, in which there's an ethanol sensor that changes the tune. Okay. Differences. Mine, because of how I have it set up. Yeah, it's now left, it says. Oh. I know we're left. This is left. Hey, there we go. We're working on that.
Man, that looks bad.
It's okay. So mine, we manipulate a lot more because of how we had to get it to work. So out of the gate, you actually get the actual ethanol content displayed on the dash. I am going to not give up and see if I can come up with a solution for that on other vehicles using the Demon170. Right now, what we have capable is the horsepower rating. So you have a visual. but mine will show the actual ethanol content on the dash. The other thing that mine offers that the Demon170 doesn't is boost bleed.
When you say mine, you mean
True Flex Fuel from Satera Tuning. So our True Flex Fuel does offer boost bleed. There is not a table for the Demon170 Flex Fuel that allows the boost bleed. For the most part, beyond that, it's doing the same thing. It's just the Demon170 Flex Fuel is an OEM style, OEM PCM, OEM setup that we are implementing. So it's OEM, where ours is still an aftermarket, I guess you can say, backdoor way into making it work. The end results will be the same. Everything will be adjusted as needed to achieve the outcome you want. But one is OEM and the other is aftermarket. And like I said, the biggest thing I can tell you is the display on the dash that we can manipulate, and which I'm working on the Demon170. Don't have it right now, but the boost bleed is going to be the biggest thing.
Can you explain boost bleed for those that may not know?
Yeah, so what feature of our True Flex Fuel, so the big thing I've seen guys on aggressively pulleyed vehicles, right? Because this is Hellcat specific, or even if you're compound boosted, but aggressively pulleyed vehicles, the Demon170, you do not want to run pump gas and abuse it if you're over 15, 16 pounds of boost, okay? There is nothing built into other than timing that will allow us to pull power out of it. But unlike the Demon170, the motor's it's a high risk, right? So if you're at 19, 20, 24 pounds of boost, the tune will adjust for fueling and pull out as much timing as we're allowed, but it's still not going to be safe to abuse a pump gas setting on a high boosted application. Whereas our boost bleed, what it does, if you are aggressively pulleyed, I can control the bypass valve and bleed boost when the ethanol content drops too low.
But that's only on the True.
Only on the True Flex Fuel,
Gotcha.
offered by Satera Tuning, not offered on the Demon170. So if you're pulling for 24 pounds of boost on a fully ported blower, 266 upper, 10% lower, 108 throttle body, and you put pump gas in that thing, it will bleed boost down to 4 pounds and prevent, an attempt to prevent damage. Again, the Demon170 cannot do that. Okay, so that's kind of the biggest difference. And like I said, so why would you choose one over the other? One, OEM integration is OEM, right? As a lot of my customers, I tell them the less aftermarket you put in it, the less you change, the more reliable and such, the better it may drive, right? Whereas anything aftermarket, the more you get away from stock, you might noticing those effects. So it's OEM. I mean, they spent time to engineer and make it work the way that it does. So that's one of those, factors, right? But so it might not be the best option for everybody, but we still are one of the only true, flex fuel options on the market that has a boost bleed. Now, even with boost bleed, I do not recommend to abuse it with ours. So I'm just going to clear it up. It's not like you can be at 24 pounds and then bleed the boost and abuse it, because you're relying on the computer to do its job. It's just a fail-safe, like knock sensors or injector cut. It will tell you and bleed the boost and say, don't do it, as a warning sign. So I don't want you to go to the racetrack and try and race it, you know what I mean? Because you're relying on a computer to do its thing. So
what it sounds like to me is you're advising to go for the Satera Tuning True Flex Fuel as well as the Rings of Hell swappable pulley, so you can just swap the rings to the size you want.
What I'm advising is we have a solution for everybody. Okay, so it's one of those things.
Using the OEM Demon170 ethanol sensor.
Yeah, it's up to you, right? There's options now. So this is a beautiful thing. Options for customers is great, right? So what we have now is 2 options. So it is up to you to determine which one's best. I'm going to educate and train my team to have that conversation to see. So, in a simple pulley combination like this, again, on the super stock we did, it was our level 1.5 package. So the boost is safe on pump gas and safe on E85. So it's going to have everything it needs in place to beat the heck out of it, right? So, yeah, Demon170 is where it's at. Why not, right? And our integration, it ends up costing more because of what we have to do. There's more time that goes into it. This is the other thing. You can ask the guys. I tuned, for the most part, a little bit left because we're still learning as we go. But I tuned it on E70 yesterday, filled it up in E30, and the thing was good. As you saw on the dyno, I didn't change anything. It's much quicker because it's OEM based, as long as the modifications don't change. Now, you get a cam, a big 3.8 Whipple and nitrous, obviously it's going to take longer to tune still, but compared to my true Flex Fuel does take 2 to 3 weeks sometimes to tune, just because the variables that are in it and how we do it. So do keep that in mind as well. So it's options, right? You do now have an option. Not everything is a fit for everybody, so you will have the ability to make options. Another one, I will not ship my true Flex Fuel to an end user, install it, and tune it, right? And the reasons why is it takes me 2 to 3 weeks sometimes to do it in person. You stretch that over remote tuning, and man, that can take months, and it's just not a good experience for my customer or myself, right? Whereas this Demon170, based on what I'm seeing, I'll ship this to you and tune it. Absolutely. All right. So options are nice. So can you run the Demon170 with a cam? Yes. Can you do compound boost with the Demon170 Flex Fuel? Absolutely. So it's there. It's not going to be limited, but you have to understand that if you are an aggressive boost application, you cannot abuse it when your ethanol drops too low. Okay. So too low. So that's one of the biggest things, where mine will have boost bleed integrated still. So again, I see numbers changing for the viewers on here. Another recap: Demon170 Flex Fuel integration for 18 and newer Hellcats, Super Stocks, Red Eyes, Demons, $3,000 plus normal tuning costs and hardware that's needed.
So it doesn't come with like a stock Demon170 tuner?
No, it's not how that works. Tuning is custom every time. We're not using Demon170 injectors. We're using ID1300s. That's what's on that one, for example. So there's a little more flexibility and what you can do. 1700s you can do it. ID1050s, whatever the case may be. Okay, so it is going to be like I said, shippable. It's tunable, customizable, and at this point, anything 18 and newer, we will start taking orders for it and get it going. So we will be, because we're using OEM components, we are going to be limited based on what we can acquire. Please understand there might be some delays due to we are limited on what we can get, how quickly we can get it. So this might be in limited numbers. I don't know. My deal would be that they make unlimited amount of PCMs, unlimited amount of these ethanol content sensors, and sky's the limit, right? So I guess that's another benefit to the Satera Tuning True Flex Fuel is I don't really have limitations on it because we use what's there, and the stuff we're implementing is aftermarket that's mass produced. But so yeah, it will be mailable. It will be remote tunable. As of right now, Satera Tuning and Barth Tuning are going to be the only ones I'm going to be assisting with this. Again, we are limiting our workload because we're already busy, and we don't want to give a bad experience with our customers. Sometimes saying no is what's best because we're so small, guys. We are a small business. He's a small business. He's helping me get this integration in place because we want to be able to offer it. So, but the Flex Fuel kit itself is $3,000 on top of any hardware and additional normal tuning.
What does that $3,000 get you?
So the $3,000 is the Demon170 Flex Fuel integration. Okay. So again, it's all hardware, wiring. You get instructions. Nope. It's just the Demon170 integration. So the injectors are going to be based on your modifications. It's going to be based on your power goals. So it is going to be just to integrate Demon170 Flex Fuel onto your vehicle. Any hardware you need to achieve that, any tuning, additional tuning to achieve that will be there. So Demon170 PCM, Demon170 ethanol content sensor, all hardware, wiring, instructions to install it, to plumb it into factory fuel rails, because like I said, the fuel rails that come with it aren't integratable to all vehicles. So we made sure this will work on any 18 and newer Hellcat powered vehicle. We will send you what you need for the self-install. So, yeah, that's actually what was on the dyno. So, or kind of, he did our level 1.5, close to a push and mushing, but this would be a perfect one for push and mushing. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what it is, guys. $3,000, you get everything to turn it into Demon170 on top of the hardware and the normal tuning you will need to turn it flex fuelable. What's up, Doug? So. There it is, guys. So now what we're going to do is, I know he's been looking at the phone. Any questions I might not have answered, could use, should use, throw them out there. We got a little bit of time.
Let's
we can get some out there. So let's do 10
I
or 15
saw
minutes.
one. It was, should you start a car, let's just say 6.4, because that's what the comment was, after a cam job without a tune to verify mechanical completion and quality? I'm going to say I wouldn't.
No, I personally wouldn't. So if you're changing things internal, understand some of these computers can make adjustments, but when you're changing internals about how everything's going to flow, not the best idea. Yes, are there O2 sensors in place that are going to help you catch up and get fueling where it needs to be? Sure. I will tell you guys, for those that don't know, depending on the spark plug you have in there, it literally can take 5-10 seconds to foul out a set of spark plugs if you're on pump gas and the tune is that far off. So no, absolutely. I hear people do it all the time. It makes me cringe. Yeah. Before you do the install, you need to get with who you're going to have tune the vehicle and get it lined up, because you do not want that thing running. I will tell you this too. I've even been working, especially in the past couple of weeks, a lot more people are installing cams themselves. The mechanical issues I'm helping identify by remote tuning, even though I'm not a mechanic, and I'm not supposed to. I'm trying to help people. I've seen mistimed, I've seen exhaust leaks, intake leaks. I mean, injectors stuck open so much by doing that I was able to identify by a data log. So, you know, it's very important to make sure that you have a proper calibration in place, you know, to make the adjustments. So.
Let's see what else we have. How do we get Demon170 shock settings? Can we? Are we working on that?
So they changed quite a bit on that. Just so you know, if you don't understand, the settings for that are found basically in the body control module. Okay, so it's one of those where you get your hands on a Demon170 body control module setting. Can you flash it over? You can try. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to go through the headache of trying to do that, just buy a DSC controller. I had that in my shop car, and I have several customers that have it. I think the adjustments and the settings and the tunability of it are far superior than an OEM setting. Especially if, you know, a Demon170 shock setting is based on a certain horsepower, weight, and everything like that. So, but you can't see those on yours?
No, it just got rid of them.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I personally think if you're going to try to go down a road to find that, I would just buy a DSC controller and utilize what's there. My shop car, you know, going 850s with a 1.2, 1.3, 60-foot full weight was stock shocks and springs with just AD drag setup on it, and the thing was no problem whatsoever. So that's my recommendation. But those settings are stored in the body control module. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're browsing the comments. For some reason at our reference here, it's not working, so we got to use the phone. So.
I saw one. Is it possible to convert our true Flex Fuel to the Demon170 Flex Fuel? Is there a reason you'd want to?
If you want to, we can. But the thing about it, it's very different on how it's done. So we would have to basically remove our Flex Fuel and then give you all the hardware and switch it over to the Demon170. If you want to, you can. I don't think it's necessary, or I don't think there's really a benefit over ours there if you have one in place or not. So, but if you like the fact of being OEM and having that, then sure, that's not a problem at all. But I really don't see, you're getting the same type of stuff. Like I said, it's already doing its thing. You have Flex Fuel, so I don't see a need. But yes, we can if you want.
How would the Rings of Hell switching pulleys help with either system, either the True or the Demon170 style?
So to explain what they're talking about, we offer clutch pulleys that have, we call them Rings of Hell, that have swappable ring sizes. So
like this?
Yeah, like that. So, you know, it's got five bolts on it. You slide it off, swap it over to a new one. So the benefits for that is we talked about, like the Demon170, right? If you're pulling aggressively, we can't make bleed, boost, or put any safeties in place when you go to pump gas other than yank a ton of timing out of it. Whereas if you had a swappable pulley where you can change the boost level and drop it down to where you stay at that 15 pounds of boost level, you still can abuse it. So it does allow you to, you know, yes, on one tune, could you with a swappable ring still be able to abuse it? Absolutely. That is an option. So there are options to do so. So yes, that is capable of doing that.
Another question, who are the shops we are only working with for now for the Demon170?
If you didn't hear, as of right now, as we get the initial ball rolling on it, it is Barth Tuning down in Georgia and us up here in the north. So you can contact either one of us, and we will be able to get this ball rolling for you. I will slowly spread it, just as there's a lot of work that goes in it on both ends from us tuning it and getting it implemented. I just don't want to overload either one of us and give a poor experience for the customer. So we are going to limit that, because I'll tell you, if I open it up to 30 plus vendors I have and they throw 100 units at me each, it's not fun for anybody, okay? And like I said, we are also limited based on we are using OEM hardware until we can come up with an aftermarket solution for it. We are going to be limited based on the availability of OEM, so do keep that in mind. No problem, we know, that's why we're answering questions now, but that's why, you know what I mean, we're trying to preserve the experience and make sure we can keep up with the load for the time being. So obviously as time goes on and we can grow or figure something else out as we develop this, you know, we will open the doors as we can, but we want to preserve that experience and make sure we can fulfill what we promise. So
absolutely.
Right now, Satera Tuning, Barth Tuning, either one of us will be able to help you with it.
Trying to roll out with the D1. Oh, are there other things you're trying to roll out with the D170 kit, or is it pretty much set as it is now?
What do you mean?
To get into this ethanol to display somewhere, are there any other things you're trying to add?
Yeah, we're still working on kind of the little features, right? So the tuning portion, reliability, and that is 100% in place. We know that works. But like on the dash, if nobody's seen on the Demon170, you can get the ethanol content there. We're working to play with the body control module and things like that to be able to swap that out. I did test it on this car. It didn't take right away. So we are working on that. On the 18 and newers, if you didn't see, you'll be able to replay, but as of now, the horsepower display and the driver modes will change with the ethanol. So it started out, we had 30% ethanol, it showed 898, got up to 975, you know, when we got to 70% ethanol. So based on that, there will be a readout on the 18 and newers. So we are working on some other ways to integrate that with the Demon170 Flex Fuel. So we aren't stopping until we figure out whether we can or can't. I know right now it's just a newer thing. We're working with some companies to help us do that. So, yeah, definitely right now, 18 and newers, horsepower changes based on ethanol.
The older cars don't have the screen that changes like that?
What's that?
The older cars don't have the screen.
Yeah, 15 to 17s in the driver mode, it doesn't display the horsepower. It says, you know, 700 plus, or it says red key, or whatever the case may be. 18 and newers, it came with a number that tuners could change themselves. So 18 and newers, the number changes automatically based on the ethanol content. So we did get that working, but not the actual ethanol. So we're still working on that. Trackhawks, we're working on it. So TRXs, Trackhawks, Durango Hellcats, 15 and 17 Hellcats. We're even trying 5.7, 392s, back to 15. I think we might be able to implement it. There is more that goes into it. It's not a direct swap, meaning we're probably going to have to make a more complex wiring harness. It's going to cost more. It's going to take more. So do keep that in mind. We are not stopping, but we did confirm and get it working 100% this way, so we wanted to reveal that and get that going for those people. We are not stopping. Have a couple beta testers, but we still have some opening for beta testers. For those interested, beta doesn't mean free. Understand, there's thousands of dollars of parts that go into it. We are discounting it massively. We are working to help, even if you throw, you know, whatever at it. But, you know, for example, I'm just going to be upfront on it. 392s to run E85, you know, 5.7, you need injectors. So there's the cost of that, right? We still have to go through, install everything, verify that. There's going to be a ton that goes into it. So it is highly discounted. It is not free. Keep that in mind. So if you reach out for beta testing, it's not free. Yep. We are discounting where we can. So we are working to try to reverse it for as many models as we can. So
the Demon170's blower is bigger than the Super Stocks, correct?
Yes. So the Super Stock is a 2.7 blower, where the Demon170 is a 3-liter blower. That is correct. So, yeah. What else we got?
Could you, should you swap in a 9-inch rear end?
Could you? Sure. Should you? Why? I mean, if you really think about it, look at some of the fast. I mean, really.
Look at our car.
Yeah, look at the shop car, right? It was a stock 309 with the diff brace and AED drag suspension on it, cutting 260 foots full weight. Some of the fastest Hellcats out there are stock 309 or 262 rear ends with reinforcement around it. The cost of putting a 9-inch rear end in it is astronomical because of the amount of modification on it. So personally, me, I'd rather buy a couple stock pumpkins and have them sit on the floor, so if they break, I can just throw those in. But with updates in technology, engineering, and things like that, you reinforce with drag suspension, the diff brace, performance diff brace. I mean, you can cut stupid 60 foots and make massive power with a stock rear end.
High 1.2, low 1.3.
Yeah, high 1.2, low 1.3s on 4,700 pound Charger out of a turbo
Big
setup.
thing.
I know Zedong and Sipple out there, Chris, a bunch of other guys out there. Matt Jesse we had. We're cutting low 1.2, high 1.1, 60 foots on stock rear ends. So full race car, you got a lot of weight out of it. Yeah, go for it, man. Absolutely. If you're tubing it, full chassis, yeah. But if it's a street car in any way, shape, or form, there's no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. So
on that note of how primo and how nice the shop car is, it is for sale. Buy it. It already has a true flex fuel on it. You don't even have to add that.
So,
come on, baby.
shop car's for sale. Yep. I'm dropping it to $60,000 now.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you don't know, 2017 Charger Hellcat with the full red eye swap in it with less than 3,000 miles on it. Ported blower by Kong. It's a 2.7 blower with a 310 upper. ID 1300s, dual pump upgrade. The thing makes like 880 to the wheels on the 85. True flex fuel, so you can run pump gas because it's a 310. It's got a stock throttle body on it, so if anybody wants a 108, you can make more. It's set up to go, but the thing is a reliable 9-second car as is. True flex fuel, AWES touring exhaust, DSS axles and drive shaft, lockouts.
I'll buy the wheels off of you when you buy it. I'll buy the wheels off of you and I'll give you a set.
At 60, it comes with the 5-spoke wheels. It also comes with a drag pack for the time being, unless somebody wants to buy that off of me. Leg maker intake. I mean, it's yeah.
It's done right.
It's for sale.
I know it is.
So,
I got approved for it.
I'm going to get it about another week. Otherwise, I'm taking it to a dealer. They gave me an offer on it. I'm unloading these guys because I have a massive opportunity that I want to invest into. So I'm unloading my toys. As you know, if you have a business, you got to do this sometimes. So I will be riding a bicycle to work and living off ramen for a while because I feel this is really a big opportunity for my business to benefit you guys, my family, and everybody. So Charger Hellcat for sale. It's wrapped right now, the green. You guys have seen it. It's a beautiful wrap. My brother did it.
Black underneath, new
black
bumpers
underneath.
in the front and rear.
I did replace the front and rear bumper OEM painted black because I had holes in it from the parachute and the exhaust on this turbo. So that's for sale. My TRX, I got two and my legs are broken, so I don't know if anything can fix it. But
yeah.
My TRX is for sale. 23, 10,000 miles. Right now, Helion twin turbo with the gutted blower. E-Boost 2 boost controller. It makes 8 pounds to 24 pounds with the. It comes with the Hoosiers and the drag wheels as well for the time being. I will supply the stock blower as well. We took that off. The blower that's gutted is not the stock blower, so it would come with both. I'm asking $115 for that. At $115, I'll implement my True Flex Fuel. I will wrap it a different color if somebody wants to remove the wrap. And you get both wheels, the blower, and everything like that. So $115, 10,000 miles. Again, I got about another week on that. Otherwise, I'm going to part that one out and just give it to the dealer. So I'm not getting another toy. I'm not getting another vehicle. This is a business investment that I am freeing up cash flow. So Charger Hellcat, I'll do both for $150 with a trailer.
Oh!
So if anybody wants a...
that's a cop.
I did tow with the turbos on it on the 85, got 10 miles to the gallon. So if anybody wants the Charger, an open trailer, and the TRX, I'll do $150 for everything.
Baby.
So I just want them going at this point, guys.
That's a steal.
Yeah,
someone come steal that from us. He's going to get another toy.
No toy. No toy.
He's going to get a toy.
Oh, it is. The TRX has IGLA on it. I'll throw IGLA on the Charger if need be. I just don't drive that anymore, so it sits at the shop. So, but yeah, so...
Yep. On a stock boost red eye, how much power is the 85 worth over 91, 93?
Well, it says on a stock boost, I think I'm tuning on like stage 1.5. So E85, so from a 93 tuned vehicle, pump gas, or 93 tuned, roughly 40 to 60 horsepower. Excuse me. 93 to E85, roughly 40 to 60 wheel horsepower will be gained when going to E85. Okay, so. I saw that. Yes.
We need to ban him, man.
Yeah,
we need mods or something.
I hear clapping in the background too. Anyways, back to
they were having an auction for me earlier.
Yeah, right. I saw. E85 will add roughly 40 to 60 horsepower at the same boost level compared to a 93 tune. Okay, 91 might be more depending on the boost level you're at, but at any boost level, you roughly see 40 to 60 horsepower gains from E85. On top of it, you can rev it a little higher. It's cooler, so it's actually better for the engine, even if you are making more power. So a lot of pros to it beyond just power. Going to E85.
Smells nice.
Smells nice, much better on the nose.
Good for the environment.
Definitely burns cleaner.
You got your green thumb.
Green thumbs.
Big old cam header car, but it's only 85. It's a Prius.
So yeah, 40 to 60 is the average there. 40 to 60. So all guys showing flirt with moving. Yeah, that's
kinda.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't seen Blake in a while.
Blake's busy. He's got a racing event he's covering.
Yeah, you're right.
Whole Shot Media out covering racing series right now, so definitely check them out. Another shout out to Out Front Race Fuels, the E98 we poured in it earlier. We can supply you with fuel, so definitely let us know.
Killer stuff, consistent.
Yeah. Placing orders for now, you can message our Facebook page. My guys are already answering some quotes for it. And we are going to throw it on our website. So after this vlog, we will make a post with the pricing with an attachment to the website. Got to pull you off mechanics to make a website post.
Oh boy.
So we'll do that. So I'm going to try to reverse engineer this in as much as I can, guys. So we're not stopping. Don't get upset with us if we can't. We are trying what we can, but there are limitations to what is possible. So I think, what?
One more, because I know some people have asked it, but we haven't said anything about today. Is there any chance, any possibility that we can do it on like a 05 to 14, a Magnum, the older Chargers? No.
Right now, from logistics-wise, the way Canvas works and just how everything's communicated, I think our limiting where we won't be able to is going to be a 15. 15 is going to be sketchy too. 16 for sure, but 15, it's going to be our cutoff. 14 and older, definitely not. It's just the way the logistics of the computer works. So sadly, that's going to be the cutoff, guys, for those older ones. It's not going to be available for that.
So how do I get true flex fuel on my 05?
You don't.
Standalone ECU?
Yeah, standalones. Standalones. Yep.
Yes, so it'll happen.
Yeah, we'll see, huh? All right, guys. Keep the questions coming. Obviously, I know there's going to be a lot more new product coming out. There's going to, more people are going to check this out after. So we'll try to keep up with that. Again, we're small.
Do you want to do a recap before we leave, just for
small recap? So just going to say we are small, so please, especially with something like this, it's been huge all week. We thank you for the support, the questions. Keep them coming. We will get back to you. So not, bringing personal in it. I had a death in the family. I'm going to be leaving today and be gone most of the weekend. Tunes, if you're waiting for it, I will get to you. Thank you for your patience. I will try over the weekend. We're working through it. My sales team is busting their butt. We will get to you guys. So recap, for those at the end, I missed it earlier, we showed our Demon170 Flex Fuel integration working on a 2020 Superstock. It's $3,000 plus whatever else you need to run E85. It's now available for order for 18 and newer Hellcats, Red Eyes, Superstocks, and even Demons. Okay, so get those orders in. Cam, CJ, be ready. You guys are going to be flooded, I know. So that's pretty much it is. There is a Q&A in there, and throughout the video, I know it's a long one, where we compared the Satera Tuning True Flex Fuel to the Demon170. The variables between it, let you choose. They're both an option. So that's pretty much the summary of what this video is. So you see the dyno pull on 30% ethanol. We talked, got it 70%, did a dyno pull. You can see the difference. And then the Q&A in there. So keep asking questions. And we will make that post once it's live on our website, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Everybody reaching out about the family. I do appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.